Space, the final frontier. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. Oh wait, that's not it. Space, the final frontier. A new nation, conceived in liberty, and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. No, that's not it either. Ugh. Space, the final frontier. These were the ingredients chosen to create the perfect little girls. About 3 years ago, in an event we will never speak of again, there was a game that was announced by the name of No Man's Sky, claiming to be the size of a freaking galaxy. Since then, gamers have been drooling over the premise of this game, eagerly awaiting its release. Now, when I say eagerly awaiting, I mean eagerly awaiting. We're talking people rioting in the streets for a release date, martial law, very few survivors, making the Purge look like the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, and I've been sitting here in the corner going, I don't see what all the fuss is about, really. I don't like being a Debbie Downer, but I've been super skeptical about No Man's Sky ever since I heard about how big it's supposed to be. It's basically an astronomical exploration game, having you jump between planet to planet, system to system, discovering new worlds with new flora and fauna that probably no other player is going to come across. Or so they thought. This is the second project from indie studio Hello Games, known only for the arcade game Joe Danger, so it's a little bit of a jump in ambition, needless to say. The planets are all procedurally generated, meaning that the game basically makes itself as you progress. Now, procedural generation isn't a new thing. Games like Minecraft have been doing it for so long. It's something that involves a math equation, or I don't even know.
Did somebody say math?
Oh, god damn it.
Hello, Joseph.
What do you want, Alex?
Oh, no, Joseph, it's not what I want. It's what you want.
Okay, I'll bite. What do I want?
You want to know what makes No Man's Sky the most brilliantly, amazingly designed game of all time? Well, I will tell you.
I mean, I do want to know, but not that much.
So, No Man's Sky has over 18 quintillion planets. To be exact, that is 18 quintillion, 446 quadrillion, 744 trillion, 73 billion, 709 million, 551,616 planets. Which is insane! I mean, if you took your ship and you visited every single planet for 1 second, that would take you 584 billion years! So why didn't this game take 500 million billion years to make? Well, the secret is because of a super secret amazing algorithm that Hello Games developed. Now the secret of this algorithm is very simple. First you just take... And that's how No Man's Sky works. Joey! Joey! Joey, wake up! Joey! Joey! Oh, look at that! Breath of the Wild release date confirmed!
Where? Oh, no. Man.
Get your ugly mug out of bed and finish this review!
I was having the most amazing dream. I was at the pearly gates, and there to greet me was Harambe. You begin on a random planet with your ship busted, so your first objective is to gather the resources necessary to fix it. Similar to games like Minecraft and Ark, No Man's Sky is all about collecting elements to aid you in your intergalactic journey, such as plutonium to fuel your ship thrusters and carbon to charge your life support. Of course, you can use elements to craft new items and upgrade current ones. Unfortunately, my first problem with the game lies in the inventory system itself. I can only describe it as clunky, ignoring the fact that it is totally designed like the menus in Destiny. Learning my way around it is possible, but confusing. I didn't know how to charge my equipment, make space for more inventory slots, and most importantly, compare and contrast current items to potential new ones. It's not a huge problem considering some of the best games have horrible inventory systems, but it's still a disappointment nonetheless. Let's hope Hello Games releases a patch to improve it later down the line, or at the very least, have a modder take care of it. Speaking of mods, the game is only available on PS4 and PC at the moment, with an Xbox One version being hinted. I was originally going to get it on PC until they delayed it by 3 days, so I'm a little impatient. but now I kind of wish I got it on PC. Never mind. On the PS4, the frame rate is set to 30, understandably, but even if it ran at 60, it still wouldn't look that good. I thought the art style would make up for the lack of graphical fidelity, but it doesn't. Hell, most of the planets I visited had the same f***ing color palette, with the exception of this badass world, which I appropriately named Purple Flurp.
Got a blast!
Oh, and don't even get me started on this pop-in. My god, is the film grain an artistic choice or set up by default? So with a messy inventory system and shitty graphics, it's safe to say this review is off to a great start, am I right? Right now you're probably thinking, but Joey, you were just really skeptical and lunch, you just don't like these games, Joey. Alright, first of all, shut up. Second of all, I'm not the one to easily buy into hype. God damn it! Now I gotta change my shirt. Second of all, it's not so much that this game is bad, it's just that there's only so much you can do with an ambitious concept like this. Besides gathering resources, the second main element of the game is exploration. Actually, it's the whole reason you'd want to play in the first place. Since open world is one of my favorite genres, it makes sense that this game would be right up my alley, and it is. I've had some long play sessions getting lost in the various planets, heading to each green question mark that I see. This brings me back to what I said about only doing so much with an ambitious concept. The things you can do are dull and not that engaging. Activities are limited to finding beacons, monoliths, shelter, transmissions, and so forth. Once you find them, you're rewarded in either resources, blueprints, and knowledge of a new word in an alien language. Learning new words help you communicate with alien races and help you make better decisions in second-person story segments. You know what they say is better than materialistic things?
Knowledge.
The story segments are low in presentation value, which is to be expected in a game this scale, but they are reminiscent of text-based adventure games, which is pretty cool if you're into that sort of thing. No Man's Sky is all about discovery, and let me tell ya, with over 18 quintillion huge planets, there is a lot to discover. You are equipped with a scanner that will scan everything from rocks, plants, and animals. Like the planets, the ecosystem is also procedurally generated, making for some of the freakiest abominations known to man. Now I'm no expert on marine biology, but I'm pretty sure those fishies are supposed to be swimming underwater, not impersonating jackhammers. Some of these beings will attack you depending on their temperament, but I mostly found there to be calm animals rather than aggressive ones. Your experience may vary throughout, especially if you spawn in a whole other area of the galaxy, which you will. Like I said, No Man's Sky is a game about exploration and discovery. So how does it do in combat? Not so well. Almost every planet has these things called sentinel drones, and boy, let me tell you, they are more notorious than the police in GTA 5. They aren't particularly tough per se, but they are a major annoyance when you're just trotting along gathering some resources. This is when you put your multi-tool into combat mode and blow their asses to smithereens. Then there is the space combat, which at its best is mediocre. Like most of the elements in the game, it takes some getting used to. It's tough to follow your target, and when they're finally in your sights, they go full Rambo on you. The first time I died in this game was because I got caught in a dogfight. That's when I learned you have to go back to your grave to get your stuff back, a la Minecraft. Alright, I think I've said enough. It's verdict time. So does No Man's Sky live up to the hype? No. But to be quite fair, that's what happens if you blow anything ridiculously out of proportion. What was that? Sorry, my limited edition Breath of the Wild coin just fell off of my trophy case. I only found it on eBay for about $150. Now I know what you're thinking. Joey, that is such a steal! Here's the thing. The guy who makes the music for my channel, follow him on Twitter, put it perfectly. No Man's Sky is a good game. For about $25. Even if I bought it at $40, it would still feel more worth it. But $60? There just isn't enough to justify that. Even with 18 quintillion planets, they just don't feel rich enough for me to want to keep exploring them. What I do enjoy though is building up my character to take on more tough ventures out in space by learning alien languages and collecting items to make better hardware. I also have to give credit where credit is due. There are going to be more of these games in the future from different companies, and Hello Games made a solid but very, very flawed first one of its kind. Even what... Are you f***ing kidding me?
Thanks for watching, and yes, what you just read was a true story. Minus the part about Sean Murray's house because I can't afford airfare to go all the way to Europe. In the meantime, if you liked this video, be sure to smash that motherfucking like button as it really helps me get views. Also subscribe if you want to see more reviews like this one. I would also like to give a special thanks to our guest Alex Meyers for joining us on this episode. Check out his videos, they're okay. Until then, I'm Joey Ferris, and I'll see you on the next ride.